Pink Ice 13, and today's video is going to be a very fun video because I'm going to be sharing with you guys all my Netflix suggestions. I've been a Netflix user since 2016, so I've watched a lot. Like when I say a lot, I've watched a lot of Netflix, so I think I know what I'm talking about. And let me know in the comments down below if I should do a part 2.
Like, not just Netflix suggestions, I have cable box television, I have Tubi, there's an app called Vix and Pantalla, yeah, or let me know any other streaming apps that are really, oh, I have Peacock, let me know if you know any good free streaming services, so that way I could watch a couple of things, and then like I give my suggestions on what I think is best, or like if there's something that I've seen before in the past that's on the app, and I'm like, you gotta watch this if you have this app.
Without further ado, subscribe down below by hitting that red subscribe button. Make that red button gray and give this video a huge thumbs up, and share this video with your friends and family so that way you're not only helping the Pink Ice family grow, but you're also sharing with them awesome Netflix suggestions. And if you check out my eBay shop, there's this one exclusive to my shop that you can't find anywhere else except my eBay or my Etsy shop, Pink Ice 13.
Right after this, grab your remote, make yourself popcorn, go get some snacks, your favorite drinks, and start watching these Netflix shows because I swear you're gonna be hooked and you're gonna like them. And yeah, so let's just get on with the video, so that way the sooner I start, the sooner you get to watching these.
First movie is gonna be the movie Sleepover. It is like a 2000 girls classic, and it's like a really fun movie on a group of teenagers who are supposed to be having a sleepover, but they go on a little fun, very like teen girl adventure. Next one, Sweet Magnolias. Everyone in the town knows each other, but it's like such an appropriate but good show that it's not like so appropriate that it's boring, but it's like appropriate enough that you're like, you could watch it with like the little ones, or like a whole family together could like watch it and they're like, oh my god, let's go watch Sweet Magnolias. Like, that's what I love about the show. And it's like based on like a southern town, like a very small southern town where like everyone knows each other, so like word runs around pretty quick in that town. Yeah, so the one thing that's really cool about it is that one of the main actors in the show, the kid actually lives like 30 minutes away from me. Okay, so next movie, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Oh my god. So here's another throwback for like us 2000 kids. Okay, so it's like a very like fun movie on like a boy who like has these imaginary friends, and everything that he dreams, he's like having a dream that he's like living. He's like living in a dream.
Go to sleep, dream, 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 shut your mouth. Yeah, like, who knew Taylor Lautner could sing? Why didn't Taylor Lautner pursue a career in singing? It's like Zac Efron and High School Musical. Why did they not pursue a singing career? Like, they so would have like done really good in singing because they could sing.
So this is a 2-in-1. It's My Babysitter's a Vampire, the movie and the show. Okay, so what I like about this, it's like about vampires. So like, if you know me, like I'm a very Christian girl, but something about vampires is so cool to me. Like ever since I was in the 2nd grade, like, and Twilight came out. Yeah, for my Christian audience, it does include stuff that talks about like witchcraft and all that, but like in a more like kid appropriate way. I would probably say like watch the show with your kids, but it's like exposing kids to witchcraft in a way. Sierra Burgess is a loser. The girl catfishes a kid, and the kid falls in love with Sierra, even though Sierra was a catfish, not because of her physical appearance, but if not, and how they would have like a communication. He felt a genuine connection. Sometimes we don't fall for physical appearances, if not like how comfortable someone makes us feel, like connection. And it's a really nice message at the end. Like, yes, it's not correct to catfish. Grey's Anatomy, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've always had an interest in the medical world. I love watching doctors on YouTube. I like watching medical movies and all that stuff. Like, I could watch surgeries. I'm the type of person that goes on YouTube and watches people perform surgeries. It's like a drama show, but then at the same time it incorporates the medicinal world, so it's like It's like the perfect mix. Next show, Sister Sister. So next show, Gossip Girl, okay, is a show that every girly girl watches. I'm 100% sure. And if I ever go to New York, you already know I'm gonna be taking the Gossip Girl tour. It is about like a group of socialites and like socialite teens, young adults, and dealing through socialite people problems. And you get really good fashion advice. Next show, Moesha. Oh, like normal teen people problems, you know? Like I feel like they really like put spotlight on like things that teens go through. Next off is the game. Since I don't really know any like American football players, I can't really tell you how real life this is. What's it like to be with a football player? Problems, we can say. It just brings spotlight to it. It's a very unique, different type of show because honestly I would have never, like if I was like a creator of television shows, I wouldn't think like, oh, let's like put a spotlight on like the partners of these sports players. So the founder is really good. The Founder is a movie based on McDonald's history. A whole like McDonald's combo used to cost 35 cents when it first started. Lenox Hill, what I really like about it, like I told you, like I've always had a high interest in the medical world, and it's like the day-to-day of doctors. Like it's like a real documentary, like vlog style, imagine. What are their daily doctor tasks? It's not only like the doctor's perspective, but the patient's perspective as well. Next up, for my Latino community, Nicky Young, El Ganador. And if you know anything about reggaeton, then you know that Nicky Young is part of the pioneer group. Like he came out when like Daddy Yankee was a thing. They were kind of like rivals at the time. How like he came from being like a little kid to like who he is right now, and especially like the story on his mother, which was very like heartwarming. This is so sad because I found out that this show is getting canceled after season 1, and it was my favorite. Like I'm not even gonna lie, I think it's the best show that Netflix has ever produced. It's called Ashley Garcia, Genius in Love, because the last episode of season 1 was like that one episode that you're left like, oh my god, I can't wait for season 2. What's gonna happen next? Because the show was like a sequence, and it is missing like its proper ending because like something happened in season 1 that like it was gonna be continued in the first episode of season 2. So to know that the show was canceled, it's like, and like what I really loved about the show was it was like the main characters were Latinos. It was very like, wow, like we've really like evolved in television, because before when I was smaller I probably wouldn't have ever thought that I'd see another Latina girl just like me ever have like a main character, and I do give television a high five for that. And then it's very nice how like it's not like with the stereotypical mom dad background. It's like her uncle is her like guardian. Narcos Mexico. I'm just gonna talk about Rafa Caro Quintero. His character was savage. He literally kidnapped his girl to be with her. Like, if that's not love, then I don't know what is. Because it was like staged, because their parents, they were politicians, so her parents of course were never gonna let her be with him. He's a drug lord, you know. So then they figured, we're gonna stage a kidnap so that way you're gonna come with me. And I thought that was like, whoa. And to know that happened in real life. I love Family Reunion. I love how it like focuses on like an African American family, but like it puts a spotlight on things that African Americans go through. So on top of being entertaining, it also brings awareness. My favorite episode, not because I thought it was entertaining or anything like that, that they were stopped by the police, and then the police thought that these kids were doing a crime, and then the kids were saying like, no, my dad, he's in the NFL, like for real, take me home, ask my parents, you're gonna see. And like the police, the Caucasian police, thought that these kids were doing illegal crimes. Keep in mind, these are little boys, like 10-year-old boys. And when they brought them to their house to like clarify, are these your kids? They're saying they're your kids, they look like they were doing suspicious activity. As little kids, you're like, what? And they sat down with the kids and they gave them the talk saying how they have to be extra careful around police. And if you are not of an African American family and you're watching this right now, I really suggest you playing that episode to your kids, because this episode is, it really got to me when I saw this, because I'm thinking like, I don't know what the future holds for me. I don't know if I'm gonna have an African American child or not. Any Scooby-Doo movie, any Scooby-Doo show, just put on Netflix Scooby-Doo. You're gonna find a whole bunch of like seasons, like different episodes, because Scooby-Doo is a whole collection. Like literally, whether if you're an adult or you're a kid, because Scooby-Doo has been out since like the 70s, I think it is. So if you're an adult, I'm pretty sure you grew up watching Scooby-Doo, and Scooby-Doo is still just as cool because it's literally like a crime show that has you thinking, like you're like, oh my god, who could it be? Could it be this one? Could it be this one? Could it be that one? Liar Liar Vampire, it's such a good like vampire movie. It's like a mini movie, it's really entertaining, and it's about a boy who just likes vampires, and he makes people think that he's a vampire, and then once it's time to prove that he's a vampire, things go wrong. Then the movie Bratz, it's another movie that's more for like my 2000s girls, like, you know, like when we were like little girls, and then we were like, when I grow up I'm gonna be just like Jade, or I'm gonna be just like Chloe or Jasmine or Sasha. Next up is The Wrong Missy. This one is an R-rated movie. I'm just gonna be straight up, so like young adult, but like this movie is so funny. So like including The Wrong Missy, I'm just gonna say right off the bat, any Adam Sandler movie, watch any Adam Sandler movie, just put on Netflix Adam Sandler and you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna laugh, and then you're just gonna, you could rewatch the same Adam Sandler movie every day and you're gonna laugh just as much.
Guys, so my phone storage filled up like usual, so I'm stuck having to film the other half on my laptop.
But like I was saying, I really suggest you guys watching The Wrong Missy. The Wrong Missy is such a comical movie. Like everything she does, I want to say this, she's just a crazy girl. She does the most inappropriate things in the most inappropriate times. So the clique is about a group of girls, like socialite girls at the same time, very similar to like Gossip Girl, so socialite girl problems, but these are more like preteens, so like socialite preteen problems. How like a girl thinking that like her social class made her better than every girl, and the one girl that she thought would be like, oh my god, I'd so never be her friend, was a girl who saved the day for her. And you know what's the coolest part? There's a scene in where these girls make lip glosses for sale, and you know how like nowadays if girls make lip glosses and then they sell them online? Well, I'm like, oh my god, this has been a thing since forever then. Is To All the Boys movies. Okay, so there is currently right now two To All the Boys I've Loved movies with La Regina. I feel like it exemplifies like modern day with social media, like relationship problems within teens, you know? Next up, The Magic School Bus. Okay, if you're a parent, I really suggest you watching this, because I'm pretty sure that if you're like around my age, then we all grew up watching The Magic School Bus in school, because our teachers would get these movies and then they would play it for us every time there was a lesson. Like let's say we were learning about the solar system, there's like literally a Magic School Bus episode for every science topic in the world. And it's also like a fun way, like even me, if I watch it, I personally watching it, and like you get the basic glimpse of like something sciencey, and then like if I find it really interesting, I could like continue looking it up and learning more about it, like self-education. So all of Noah Centinel's movies, I hope I said his last name right, Centinel, because that's how I would say with my Latina accent, Sentinel. He's such a good actor. Like, when it's time to be dramatic, he could be dramatic. When it's time to be funny, he could be funny. And his roles are always so well played. I really like how he acts. Then The Club. Oh my god, you guys have to watch The Club. It's also like about drug lords, but this is more different because you wouldn't really expect for people to create an app as their way to be able to like sell their drugs. Next is Airplane Mode. It's a very sweet Brazilian movie. Like, it like exposes the social media world a bit. So now we've made it to the last movie, and it is The Notebook. It is my most favorite movie in the whole wide world. The story told in The Notebook is the best story I've ever heard, and it's so cute, and it's like, it's my favorite movie. I could watch it every day, and I'm never gonna get tired of it. I'm like, The Notebook, and I could like sit here, and I literally wrote an essay not so long ago for my college class, for my English college class about The Notebook. So I literally wrote an essay about The Notebook. So that's how much I love The Notebook, and Twilight too. But like, Twilight's not on Netflix right now, but The Notebook is the best movie ever made. You should question yourself, like, is it love if it's not like The Notebook? On top of relatable, so good. And ever since I was a little girl, I've watched the movie, so I've always had that like image of like what a relationship should be like or should look like, or like the expectations. So like, I've always been like, oh my god, The Notebook, it's the best movie ever. It's the best movie ever. And yeah, God bless you, my mermaynicorn. Please take care. COVID is still a thing. In the name of God, we're gonna go back to the normal very, very soon if God permits. So I'll see you very, very soon, my mermaynicorn. Gloves, mask, hand sanitizer every 20 minutes. Sanitize them, gloves, even if you're wearing gloves. Bye!